A very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sharon Davis, Chief Executive of Young Enterprise, and welcome to our Building Futures event, a celebration of young people. Now, this is the first time Young Enterprise has aired an event of this kind, and it's designed to connect, inform and interact. You'll be able to join in via Mentimeter using the interact button towards the top right of your screen or using the QR code. Now, this afternoon we want to connect with you, our audience, and we want to inform you of everything about YE. And finally, what we'd love to do is for you to interact with us and help us understand if we're on the right track with providing young people with the opportunities and support to build their futures. And by you, we mean everyone, whether you're a teacher, a partner, a supporter, a parent, or an alumni. Hello, can I have some waves? Lovely to see you. Now, talking of alumni, and here's a familiar face and one of our biggest supporters. Hello, Steph, how are you doing?
I'm very well, Sharon. I've just finished my show live from this studio, but I am so chuffed to be part of this event. You know me, you could not stop me from doing the Young Enterprise stuff every year, because I think you guys do such a brilliant job. So thanks for having me again.
And we're so pleased to have you, always pleased to have you. But today I'm going to turn the tables a little bit. I'm going to ask you a question. So when you think about Young Enterprise, Steph, what do you think?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Sharon, you know, I'm someone who did Young Enterprise at school, not as successfully as a lot of people who do it now, but I just learned so much from it. So when I think about it, it's about creating the next entrepreneurs. It's about, you know, honing those brilliant skills that you're collecting now in school and putting them to use for the world of work. You know, it's entrepreneurship. It's about financial education, which is key in life. It's also about creativity and resilience and teamwork and everything you need for your career. So there's so many things I think it's great for. It was brilliant to be part of it as a kid, but also now to just see all those brilliant Young Enterprise kids coming through now with all this talent. And I just look at them and think, they're all going to be the next business leaders of the future. But Sharon, let me ask you a question as well. Obviously, as the chief exec, I know you've got loads of plans for the future of Young Enterprise, but also, you know, why do you do what you do? Why do Young Enterprise do what you do?
That's a great question. Well, Steph, our why is really simple. We believe that meaningful opportunities combined with appropriate support to develop and apply an enterprising mindset and skills can change young people's futures. Our vision is that every young person has the opportunity to learn the skills and enterprising mindset needed to earn and look after their money and make a positive contribution to their community. And our No Time Like the Future strategy is all about increasing access to opportunities. We want to create 1 million opportunities by the end of 2023. We can't do that alone, and we're looking to mobilise 40,000 volunteers, teachers and alumni to support young people to access and maximise the benefits of those opportunities. So that's why we do what we do. But what I want to know is, what do you think we do? So do you think you might be able to give us a bit of a hand with that, Steph?
Yeah, why not? I think we should ask everyone. You can tell us what your expectations are. So when you think of Young Enterprise, what do you think of? What are the words that spring to mind? Is it entrepreneurship and enterprise, perhaps, financial education, professional development, resources and support? If you can use the interactive section and tell us which of those you think, then I've got them popping up on my iPad and we should be able to see. We've got quite a few people saying entrepreneurship and enterprise at the moment,
right.
Resources and support as well. What do you reckon, Sharon? All sounds...
Yeah, that's great to see.
Enterprise and entrepreneurship screams out there.
It does. And the great thing is that we provide all of those services. So it's brilliant that we've got something clearly standing out there, but it's great to know that we've got work to do to let everybody know what the full range of work is that we do.
Yeah, I wonder though if there's actually a word that isn't there that springs to your mind when you think of Young Enterprise. So if you do have one, if something else popped in your head when I said what are your expectations, why don't you tell us now? If you get back on the Mentimeter and just one word, tell us what that something else is. And then hopefully a little word cloud is going to pop up on my education. Has come
brilliant.
up. Very good point there. Let's see if there's any others coming up. Can you see any others, Sharon?
Opportunity, that's great to see opportunity on there. Fun, which is always good to see. Inspiring,
fun.
Resilience.
That is key. I am so glad people are saying fun.
Absolutely, great to see inspiration there as well.
Yeah. Do keep those coming in as well, because it's really handy, because then, Sharon, it gives us something to work with in terms of what people are looking for from the future.
Absolutely. It does indeed. But as you mentioned earlier, Steph, you were talking about really it's about creating impact for young people. That's what we're about. You're absolutely right. So let's hear what they have to say.
Yeah, we have some fantastic young people lined up to talk to us today. Should we have a look? Up next, joining us to take your questions direct from the young people themselves, we have the fantastic entrepreneur, Ben Francis from Gymshark. Not only is Ben going to take questions from people, but he's going to be looking at some of YE's enterprising work. Plus, we'll be introducing you to some of their youngest entrepreneurs as well. Then you'll hear from some young enterprise students themselves about how they value their relationship with the business volunteers that Young Enterprise connects them to. But that's not all. We want to talk about money and financial education and some of the great work that's happening there so as well. And also we might test your general knowledge in a bit as well, so just be prepared for that. But first of all, I want to give a brilliant welcome to the man behind the incredible organisation known to us as Gymshark, Ben Francis. Hello, Ben. How are you? Are you there?
Hello, I'm very good. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to chatting today.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. I mean, you are one of the top entrepreneurs at the moment with Gymshark. Just tell us a bit about how it started then, how you established that brand.
So I started Gymshark when I was a teenager and I absolutely loved the gym. I completely fell in love with the gym and I just thought, right, I want to be involved in the gym any way that I possibly can be. And I basically started the Gymshark website from there and spent the first few years hand making the clothing as I'm wearing today with a screen printer and a sewing machine.
Gosh, that's amazing. I love that story. And then what about growing it as well? Like how did that work from, starting the business so small and then growing it? What was it like?
It's been incredibly tough. I do feel like I've got the best job in the world. I've absolutely loved every second of it. But to be honest, it's been a lot about me focusing in on my passions, me focusing in on the fact that I love the brand and the product and the community so much. And then as the business has grown, I've brought in brilliant people that love the bits that I don't love as much. So I wasn't particularly finance, logistics and ops. So I brought people in to help support me with those areas.
Yeah, that is key, isn't it? Knowing about what you need around you and understand your strengths and weaknesses. Ben, I have got lots of questions for you now. So first up, we have 10-year-old Eva from Derbyshire.
Hi, I'm Eva. I'm 10 years old and I'm from Derbyshire. I've had a lot of business ideas, but could you please give me your 3 top tips on starting a new business? Thank you.
Ben.
That's a very good question. My 3 top tips, so I think I referenced it a moment ago. If you've got 3 ideas, let's focus on the one that you really, really love. I'll be honest, there's been some incredibly difficult moments in growing Gymshark for me, but because fitness is what I was truly passionate about and loved, I really did stick with it. Number 1, focus on something that you really, really love. Do something as well be prepared for the fact that you might have to pivot and change as you go. So my thing was I loved fitness. So I started Gymshark actually in supplements at the start. And then over time, it slowly turned into now where it is a fitness apparel and accessories and community focused brand. So be prepared for that shift to happen as well. And then the other thing I would say is just make sure that you dedicate time to it. I mean, sacrifice things such as school, which are massively, massively important. I only did Gymshark on the evenings to begin with, but on those evenings, really dedicate yourself to it.
That is brilliant advice. Thanks very much, Ben. And thank you for that question as well, Eva. So now we have one from Frankie in Lancashire. Frankie.
Hi, Ben. I'm Frankie from Lancashire. Do you feel accomplished with your success so far, and what are your plans for the future?
Oh, thank you, Frankie. Listen, I'm super proud of what we've done. We've come a long, long way. We're 9 years old as a brand as of 2 days ago. That's crazy, and I never ever thought that we would get to this point. And the plans for the future are just to continue to grow. I think there's huge opportunities for us to inspire more people to improve themselves, both physically and mentally. And that's really important to me, that people around the world continue to work on their physical and mental health. So that's how we're going to be pushing forward in the future.
Brilliant. I think we can now go live to Taylor, who was the MD from Enviro10, winners of the company programme in 2019-2020. Hi, Taylor. You all right, love?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. And nice to meet you both.
Oh, great. You've got questions for Ben, haven't you?
Yeah, so the first question actually is from Ashley in Guildford, who was the director
Mm.
from Firefly, the winning company of this year's competition. And he asks, what was the greatest quick or on-the-spot decision you made which led to your success?
Ooh. So when we first started, we went to events. There was called expos all around the world. One I was really lucky actually, about 20 minutes from where I grew up in Birmingham, called the Body Power Expo, and I went to this event, and I just had a gut feeling that we had to be there. So I literally went and signed up for the event the next year. That event went incredibly well, and it was actually the moment that really kickstarted the brand. So sort of that morphing of online and offline is what it actually was. But the gut feeling to attend that event and basically spend every penny we had on going to that event was a huge moment for us.
Yeah, that's great. And then a question from Matt Gray as well, who is a director from Firefly again, asks, business success stories like yours are often portrayed as highlight reels of huge new fulfillment centres and high valuations, yet the personal sacrifices to reach that point are rarely talked about. Considering how much you must have given up building Gymshark to what it is today, would you say it's been worth the personal sacrifice?
That's a good question. So I would say, and you're completely right. So when you read about Gymshark, you read about the huge success, right? You don't read about the 6, 7 websites that I started before Gymshark that failed miserably. You don't read about the times where we spent every single penny that we had, and it was incredibly stressful and difficult, to try and get the brand to grow. In summary, yes, for me, it's been worth every single second. I've grown as a person. I'm so proud of the impact that we've had on the world. But that's not to say that it has been incredibly difficult as well.
That's great to hear as well about the different kind of things that you had to go through. So then a question for myself. So obviously you left university to focus on Gymshark full time, and I can imagine that must have been quite a big decision and also a scary one, almost giving up that security of a degree. So I suppose, how did you know that was the right time to take that risk and give up those safety nets to focus on what you love?
So I was really university, and me getting into university was something I was so proud of. It was my proudest achievement by the time I was 18 years old, and I was actually the first member of my family to go to university. However, what I did is I worked on Gymshark for years before that, and Gymshark was actually doing revenues of hundreds of thousands of pounds before I left university. So it wasn't a case of university or going off and starting this new business. Gymshark was a business that was running at that point. So I actually really took my time before I left uni. So it wasn't as stark a decision as maybe what some people would suggest.
That's great to hear. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you.
And I think, Ben, you were going to talk to Dylan at this point, weren't you?
I believe so.
Have you thought about doing clothes for people with disabilities?
Yeah, so interestingly, so what you'll find is, so we work with some incredible people around the world who have disabilities, and we're really, really proud of that. And we're really trying to bring more of a spotlight into, I guess, their approach to fitness, the difficulties that some people that have disabilities face, and we really want to bring a spotlight to that. In terms of the actual physical product, we're more, our timelines are much slower than maybe what we can do from a front end perspective. But it is something that we're currently looking at, and I think we can do something really special there.
Brilliant. Fantastic to meet you, Dylan, and thank you very much for some great questions there. Thank you, Ben. And you know what? We start them early at Young Enterprise. We have the 10X Challenge. It's a free-to-enter enterprise program which gives young people age 11 to 19 just 4 weeks and then £10 initial investment to research, create, market, and finally sell their goods or service to gain a first-hand experience of what it's like to run a business and be an entrepreneur. Let's hear from Anna.
Hello, my name is Anna from Langley Park School for Girls, and I was a part of the jewellery business, Anna Hannah SEA, where we made Be the Jewellery Pieces. Now, I really think I got the award for Inspiring Individual because of the way I carried out my team's ideas. For instance, on the last day of selling at our school, we all decided to reduce the prices so that we could sell more, and I made a big banner saying reduce prices on top so everybody would know on sale. And I just really think the 10X Challenge has helped me to really get out there and get out of my comfort zone, as I'm not really that outspoken in school and I'm quite reserved to myself. And it was just so nice to have my friends there, my co-workers there, helping and putting in their own input and putting in their own ideas, as it really helps us all to produce something amazing in the end. It wasn't just the money that we made, really. It was just really nice seeing what we could all produce, what we could all put in, feed into this little business, and what we could all make in the end. And this award just shows how hard we all work together as a group, because really it's not just an award for me, it's an award for all of us. So thank you.
Thank you, Anna. And in a similar way, we have the Fiverr Challenge, providing a real lifelong learning experience for young people aged 5 to 11. But don't take my word for it. Take a look at this.
I'm Alice and I won the Best Fiverr Business Challenge last year for 5 to 8-year-olds. I love the Fiverr Challenge and had lots of fun making my own business called I Love Jam. I hope you enjoyed my sales pitch and the others too. Hi, I'm Alice and I love jam. I'm just sick of boring breakfast. I want something more exciting. I really wish we had some tasty, tasty jam. I've got a tasty treat for you, some of my homemade jam. I made this jam myself from fruit in our garden. Made from healthy recycled glass bottles to help the environment. My jam is the tastiest jam I've ever had. You think so too? Come and buy my jam on Friday, £3 a pop, outside my house on Friday. Remember, I love jam, you love jam, we all love jam.
Hi, my name's Sam. My Fiverr Challenge idea came about because of two things. One, we had just gone into lockdown with coronavirus and we had to wear masks. Two, a big historic celebration was coming up, VE Day's 75th anniversary. What I learned from the Fiverr Challenge was interesting. 1, don't give up on your ideas. 2, all good ideas start with a blank piece of paper. And 3, you can create something from everyday things at home.
So what do you think, Ben? Some future marketeers and product developers for Gymshark?
I thought that was amazing. That was really good. Sam's little takeaways at the end were absolutely brilliant. I completely agree. All good ideas start with a blank piece of paper, and listen, just go out and think of new things. I thought that was brilliant.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I mean, I just love hearing all the ideas. And Ben, you're going to stick around, aren't you, for a bit? Because we're not done with you yet. Young Enterprise talks about appropriate support. But what does that actually mean? Well, we have a couple of great examples for you coming up. Let's hear from some of Young Enterprise's business volunteers about why they offer the support they do.
Hi, my name is Mina and I volunteer for Young Enterprise because I want to give back. I'm an incredibly proud Young Enterprise alumna. I did the programme myself whilst I was studying for my degree and it was such an amazing experience. Now recently I've been appointed as a board trustee to sit on the board of trustees at Young Enterprise, and this opportunity is going to give me the chance to bring all my insights as an alumna to the board and to Young Enterprise to hopefully help recreate the amazing experience that I had and make a difference to other young people in the way that Young Enterprise did for me.
Hey, I'm Max. I'm the business advisor for Firefly Technology, and when I was given the chance to mentor a Young Enterprise team, I jumped at it because I knew that having been through the program myself, the skills, experience and friendships that you develop during the program are truly invaluable for your future career. And I've seen that in the Firefly team this past year. They've done absolutely fantastic, and I've got no doubt that they'll continue to develop these skills and friendships into the future.
Hi, my name's Iqbal. I'm quite privileged to work with Young Enterprise in two different capacities. One as a teacher, as a centre lead, and the other one as a volunteer on the local area board. And why do I do this? Well, there's nothing better as a vehicle to support young people to realise their potential, to realise their skill sets and put them into application. And there's nothing more satisfying than seeing young people take that experience into their next steps, either whether that be further or higher education, or most, for us in higher education, for those going into employment. Right? And we get so many students come back to us and say what a positive experience that was and how that helped them take those next steps.
Wow. Better still, joining us this afternoon, we have Taylor, a previous company programme student, and Alison, a young enterprise volunteer who first met back in 2019. Isn't that right, Taylor?
Yes, Steph, it is. And it's great to still be in touch. And would you mind if I ask Alison a question?
Go ahead.
So, Alison, I know that taking part in Young Enterprise and what I got out of it and how valuable we found your support, but I've always wondered what was in it for you. Why'd you give up your time to support people like me?
Well, I'm going to echo a lot of the things that the people said on the VT earlier, and probably just build on it a little bit. But firstly, just seeing the transformation in young people that they go through during the Company of the Year programme. You start off everybody fighting for job roles and not even knowing what the job roles are, to becoming, really professional board meetings, producing products and selling them, and coming out learning about company reports and all of that. So all of that's just amazing to watch. Secondly, anything as a business leader myself, seeing how we can contribute to the employability and the entrepreneurship of people that we want to employ and become part of our businesses in the future is a fantastic thing that makes me feel good. And I get a lot of satisfaction of seeing the team members, people like Taylor, going on to success, getting great careers, going to university, or just having the confidence to follow their dreams themselves. So that just feels great individually. And I've grown my business knowledge massively. I work in procurement, but I could tell you how to build a website. I can tell you how much it costs for a unique barcode to sell in a shop. These are things that I would never have got any insight into if I hadn't been part of the Company of the Year programme. And just lastly, being able to give back and make a contribution to something is fantastic for my own self-worth and my own well-being. So, there's loads of great reasons to be part of Young Enterprise and be a business volunteer. And I hope everybody who's on this call would love to contribute, because you'll get loads out of it. So that's why I do it, Taylor.
Thank you so much, Alison, for all of the support you gave us. And I know myself and the rest of the team benefited so much and we're so thankful. So thank you so much.
I love the idea of this being a two-way street as well. And Alison, as you say, you learning loads from it as well, because that's how I always feel when I go to the company awards and I see all the fantastic presentations and, everyone's telling me how they dealt with all the issues they had running their business, where their ideas come from. And I'm literally walking around with a notebook thinking I could learn a thing or two from everyone here. But yeah, as we were just talking about there, such an important support mechanism. So thank you, both of you, for joining us to help demonstrate that while we're here, as we just demonstrate how fantastic everything is. So while we're here, can I say a massive thank you as well to all Young Enterprise volunteers who provide such invaluable support to young people across the country. Moving on to two other groups of people we owe a massive thank you to as well. And that is, of course, the teachers, parents and carers that you're working with young people every day, doing such an important job. You lot are also amazing. Give yourself, I know we're not quite allowed to do the hugging with each other, so kind of give yourself one of those virtual hugs. I can't do it in this suit, it's too tight. But you know what I mean, give yourself one of those hugs. And at this point, I want to introduce a slightly different area that Young Enterprise cover as well, but also really important. I, for many, many years, have been a financial journalist and know how important it is for us to understand money. So financial education is key, and Young Enterprise do this under their Young Money brand and have a wide range of programmes and support aimed at teachers, parents and carers. And I've seen firsthand how much this can help kids and families as well in schools, and bringing that really important money related learning. So we're going to share with you just a few of these today. So back to Sharon in the studio.
Thanks, Steph. And yes, let's talk all things money related. But to help paint this picture, we have our very own money expert and Director of Programmes and Services at Young Enterprise, Russell Winnard. Welcome, Russell.
Hello, Sharon.
What have you got for us today?
Well, hi, everyone. Let's start with the Young Money Challenge. And this year's challenge asks young people aged 4 to 19 to consider the connections between money and health and well-being. Across 3 age categories, over 2,500 young people took part in developing games, products, initiatives and images that made that connection. We can see a few of these entries now.
I got my idea for the design of my poster from the NHS Rainbow. The poster itself tries to show that if you eat healthy, you can save a lot of money. Be healthy, be wealthy from Ellis.
Everything I learned about the Young Money Challenge will definitely help me in the future, as it will provide me with more knowledge on how to spend and save my money wisely.
I really wanted to tie together the brief of money management and social media in a really creative way, and that's what I tried to do here. And I tried to achieve this through the reaching hands towards the colourful money and the figure here, trying to represent the advertisements of social media and how we can sometimes fall prey to feeling peer pressured into buying products that we might not usually buy.
Exercise can be free, but need to be fun. And even when you grow up, you still need to do a lot of exercise. So as an adult, get outside, be healthy, and do it for free. Thank you.
Those were fantastic. I'm sure you'll agree, a huge amount of creativity there. Really amazing connections to how money is so closely linked to health and well-being. And many of those entries were supported by teachers and parents across the country. So really well done for your support. Now, another programme we want to show to you is a pretty new and exciting one called Money Heroes. This primary focus programme, supported by HSBC UK, enables parents and teachers to connect around the financial education of their young people. We've created a wide range of tools, resources, games and activities that parents and teachers can use, all accessed through the Money Heroes website. But my favourite, if I'm allowed to have favourites, are the Ed and Bunny books, which we're going to take a very quick look at now. How amazing are they? There are online versions available to teachers and parents, as well as a limited number of these free hard copies. So why not head to the Money Heroes website, check them out, and the rest of the resources that are available there. It's great to see parents and teachers working so closely together to support financial education. We know it's not the easiest thing to speak about, and as a teacher or a parent, and some of us can really struggle to know if we're saying the right things, which is why resources like Money Heroes are so important to get those conversations going. Now, the last financial education resource I want to showcase to you is one that was sent to every secondary school back in 2018. Not just one copy, but 100 copies each. That's over 340,000 copies. Since then, it has been updated for England, and brand new versions have been developed for Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. And it's this, the Your Money Matters Financial Education textbook. This textbook was the very first for financial education and has supported teachers up and down the country to deliver more money-related learning. Now, to give you a little bit of an insight into the type of thing that the textbook gets you thinking about, I'd like to bring back Sharon to take you through 3 interactive questions. You'll see the questions come up on your screen and you just need to choose the most appropriate answer for you. It is not a test, don't worry. Over to you, Sharon.
Thank you, Russell. Okay, so we have 3 questions from the textbook that I'm going to read out to you. You'll have the opportunity to answer using the poll function. We can't see your individual answers, don't worry, be as honest as possible. No one's going to read them. And then we'll take a quick look at the overall answers. So here we go with question 1. Okay, so the limit for contactless purchases will go up from £45 to £100 later this year. What are your views on this? Option 1. The new limit is too high. Someone could take my card and easily make a large purchase. Option 2, I don't think the limit should be increased any higher than this, but I'm happy with it. Or option 3, keep on increasing the limit, the higher the better. What do you think? Let's see what people have to say. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? There is a pretty mix between the limit being too high and it shouldn't be raised any higher. What do you think, Russell?
It's pretty split, isn't it? In fact, dead heat, really, which, like we said, there's no right or wrong. So the fact that some people are saying it's too high, maybe thinking about security, but maybe also thinking about budgeting. It's so easy to tap and spend. But then I can see it's changing in front of our eyes. We've got some saying that they don't think that limit should be raised any higher, but they're happy with it going up to £100. That gives a little bit more freedom, doesn't it? If something's just over £45.
It does. Interesting views. Okay, let's hear your views on question 2 now. This is an interesting one. What would you do if you found £20 on the pavement? Would you, option 1, keep it? Option 2, donate it to charity? Or option 3, hand it in at the nearest police station? What would you do? Oh, vying for first between keep it and donate it to charity. Oh, that's coming down a little bit. Keep it's coming up.
We're moving just into keep it. I've been waiting for this one all day because this is, there's no right or wrong again, but most people saying they'd keep it. Well, yeah, that's you know, giving it to the police, it might be really difficult for the police to find out where it belongs to. Donating it to charity, probably a good kind of middle of the road. You're not going to get it back to the owner, but at least you can support a good cause.
Doing a good thing. Absolutely. Thank you, Russell. And the final question, and there is a right answer to this one, so let's see how you do. If you borrowed £3,000 on your credit card at 21 and only made the minimum repayments, how old would you be by the time your debt was cleared? Option 1, 30, option 2, 38, or option 3, 50? Let's see. I think this is a really hard question.
It's a super hard question. But it looks like we've got some really money-savvy people in the audience because that age 50 is the right answer. And that is an incredible amount of time. Just paying off the minimum balance, you're going to take 29 years to clear £3,000. That is just super scary, isn't it?
You could have paid your mortgage off by then.
You so could. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thanks very much, everybody, for joining in with that. It's really great to get that interaction. And there is far more available in the textbook itself, which can be downloaded for free from the Young Enterprise website. Steph, how did you get on with it?
Yeah, do you know what? I love seeing how many people are money savvy and how quickly they answered that question, particularly the last one. Because I remember I've done a documentary about people understanding money, and we asked them a very similar question and most people didn't know the answer. So clearly our audience today know what they're talking about, which I am not surprised about because as we were saying at the beginning of all of this, Young Enterprise gives you so many skills that are useful in life. And it just goes to show you, doesn't it, how those money related conversations can begin as well, just from a few short questions. I have to say as well, I've started reading My Little Girl, the Ed and the Bunny books, which I love. I was so pleased, Russell, when I saw them. But let's keep those conversations going. And another huge thank you once again to parents, carers and teachers that are working so hard to support the development of skills and enterprising mindsets. Well done to all of you. Now, it wouldn't be right to close today without hearing from some VIPs. As a charity, in order for Young Enterprise to be able to provide all the opportunities you have seen today for young people, they of course rely on the incredibly generous funding we receive from supporters. So we thought you'd like to hear directly from some of them as to why they continue to choose Young Enterprise and why supporting young people is important to them. Let's have a look.
Hello, this is a message from Jack Petchey Foundation. I'm Vicky Murphin, I'm the Head of Partnerships at the Foundation, and we wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate the young people on their achievements. It's been such a difficult year, and to see everything that you have been able to achieve, despite all the challenges we've had, is so inspiring. So congratulations, and we wish you all the best for the future.
Hi, it's William Robson from Capita. We're incredibly proud to support Young Enterprise with the Young Money Challenge, as it enables young people to demonstrate and develop their financial skills, which will no doubt underpin their future success. This year presented a set of unique challenges, and the young people who participated have shown their commitment and determination. Congratulations to all those involved.
Hi, it's Kate Brown. I'm Director of the Westminster Foundation. We're absolutely thrilled to be partnering with Young Enterprise, and we always hear the most inspiring stories of the work that the young people have been doing. And I think that really demonstrates our shared belief that if you provide opportunities early in life, that young people will grab them with both hands and demonstrate creativity and innovation. It's been such a tough year for everyone, from staff to students, to teachers, and we're so grateful for the hard work that you've demonstrated, and you can really feel rightfully proud. So an enormous well done to you, and we can't wait to develop our partnership with you further. Thank you.
Hi, my name is David Handley and I work for HSBC UK in our corporate sustainability department. I've worked with Young Enterprise for about 4 or 5 years now, and I'm actually really impressed with the way that it helps young people to build the skills and the knowledge and attitudes and that enterprising mindset that they need. HSBC appreciate that the world is changing. It's a real challenge for young people. There's lots of things coming down the line, like mechanisation or fourth industrial revolution, and COVID has had an enormous effect. So these enterprising mindsets, these skills that you're learning, these ability to problem solve and to transfer skills and knowledge and to have impact and to work together. This is all really important.
Hello, my name's Ian Howells. I'm a Senior Vice President with Honda Motor Europe based in the UK. We've been involved with Young Enterprise for many years, and actually both my sons have been through the programme as well and thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's important because it really demonstrates and develops those soft skills that are so important in business today, particularly around communication and project management. My hearty congratulations to everybody who participated in this programme this year. It's been a tough one, but certainly showed great resilience and resourcefulness. Thank you.
Fergus Hind, National Grid. As part of the Grid for Good programme, Young Enterprise are an unbelievably valuable partner, foremost because of their expertise in running virtual and in-person sessions with young people and their extensive expertise in the skills and training space. We'd just like to extend, as part of the Grid for Good programme, our thanks to the young people that have participated in Grid for Good so far, and we look forward to seeing more of you in the future. Thank you.
So a heartfelt thanks to all of our supporters, and that's it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. Thank you to Steph McGovern, who jumped literally off the Steph show onto this event today, for your time today. Really good luck for presenting the Paralympics later in the summer. You'll be amazing. Thank you to Ben, wishing you all the very best in returning to the CEO role at Gymshark and expanding in the US and Asia. Thank you to all the young people who have featured, and all of those young people across the UK who inspire us to do what we do every single day. We are Young Enterprise, and if we've sparked your interest to get involved this afternoon, please do get in touch. If you're an alumni, use the QR code that will come up shortly on the screen to keep in touch. To our community of volunteers, teachers, supporters and partners, our impact is so much stronger when we pull together, and there is so much more to do. To every single young person watching, keep doing what you do, lead the way, and we as a community will do everything we can to back you to build your future. Thanks everyone, and good luck England.